Hey guys, how you doing? So we have a new scan tool today. We have the MUCAR 682. This is their new version of the 682. This is an all-system scan tool. It's fully bidirectional. It runs on Android 8.1. Has a 4-core 1.8 gig processor, 2 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of ROM, 6.2-inch touchscreen, or you can navigate it using the 4-way touchpad and the buttons here on the right-hand side. It does have a 4150 milliamp battery. Has 20 plus resets or special functions. As you can see, it looks very familiar to the ThinkCar series or the MUCAR series of scan tools, like the 689 and the 892 BT. Is FCA auto-off compatible, is CAN FD compatible, has AI assistance, and has lifetime updates, free updates that is. So let's take a quick little look here. On the side, you've got a USB-C port and an SD card port. On the top, this is a corded tool, so we're going to connect this cord and we're going to connect it to our 2019 BMW and see how it does. Got the power button right here. On the back, no camera, no kickstand. Let me pull up the screen recording and we're going to just real quickly go through the menus and the buttons and stuff, and then we're going to get it connected to the car. Alright, so we're here at the main screen. We've got our auto search button, which is probably most of the time that's what you're going to be hitting to connect it to your car. We've got a diagnose, which is where you'd go in and manually put in your year, make, and model. Got OBD, which is your generic OBD2. That's also where you will get to your IM readiness monitors. Got history, reports, feedback, the dollar fix community, and this is your Move AI. So let me go ahead and get into that real quick because it's really, really cool. Let me just show you real quick some of the things you can do. So let's say that you're working on a car, you have no access to any kind of tech data, no maintenance manuals, nothing. You can come in here and you can ask it a question. For instance, what is the lug nut torque on a, we're going to do 2016 GMC Sierra because I just happen to know what the torque is on that. Should be 140 foot-pounds. GMC Sierra 1500. Whoops. And we'll hit OK to that. Of course, you do have to be connected to the internet. And there it is, 140 foot-pounds. And that is what the book calls out for the torque. And you can ask it like spark plug gaps. I wouldn't rely on it for anything serious, like head gasket torques and stuff like that. Although, if you don't have anything else to go by, then, you know, at least you got that. But it seems to be pretty good. Also, I'll show you, this car's definitely going to have some codes in it, and I'll show you how it works with codes also. We're going to click Maintenance, and I'm going to open the menu up there. This is the special functions, or what they call resets, and I'm just going to scroll through, let you kind of read what's available. We're going to go back. Of course, this is where you'd upgrade it. And go over to more. I'm going to open up the menu here. Of course, you got your settings button, your online service, operating instructions, OB default, coverage list, gadget. It's got your Chrome and your file management, and your remote assistance. So with that said, let's go ahead and get it connected up to the car and see how it works on a 2019 BMW X3 is what this car is. MUCAR is a sub-brand of ThinkCar also. Alright guys, so I'm just going to hit auto search. Did ID the vehicle. We'll go to next. Now you got health report, which is typically what you're going to do if you want to scan every module on the vehicle. System scan will scan all the modules, but it won't worry about DTC, so it'll generally get through the list a little bit quicker. And then system selection is you can specifically select what module you want to take a look at. So if you don't want to wait on a scan, you can just select like the ABS module, for instance. So I'm going to hit health report. We'll let it go down and do the scan, and then we will go from there. Okay, pretty quick. Now, you'll notice that right here, we've got some codes. And like most scan tools, it's going to list all the modules with codes at the top. And you can see that you've got a Google search option, and you have that MUAI. So I'm going to go ahead and click. Let's see. Let's find something that's not intermittent. Okay, so here's permanent. Here's a permanent code in the ABS. What else? Let's take a look and see what else we got. Intermittent. So everything is intermittent except for the codes here in the ABS, which is it looks like the front left, front right, rear left, rear right. Well, it looks like all the batteries in the TPMS sensors are getting weak. So I'm going to hit the MUAI, and it's going to take a look at that fault code and give us a little explanation of how to fix it. Okay, so what do we got here? So it tells us the fault code up at the top, 48077C. It's got a definition, battery service life of the wheel electronic system left front. Symptoms, check control information, none, service tip. Sometimes under the symptoms, it'll actually have a nice explanation of symptoms that you would be that you would possibly have. And then you've got guidance, circuit system inspection. So I'm going to go ahead and click that, and we'll see what that does. Since this is the first time of doing this, we've got the little pop-ups. Done. Now, sometimes it will actually give you like wiring diagrams or other diagrams to help you out. Right there where it says reference image. In this particular case, it doesn't have any kind of wiring diagram, but a lot of times it will. So I'm going to exit out of, actually I didn't want to hit exit. Since we're out of it, we're going to click something else. So while we're here, let's just go ahead and click this standby fault. I'm going to click the MUAI. Okay, so we got it popped up here. It's got a definition of that fault code. It'll have symptoms. The battery discharge current increases. Service prompt. Circuit system inspection. I'll go ahead and click that. Maintenance measures. Now, sometimes you'll also have a reference image. You might have a wiring diagram or some kind of a schematic to help you out on troubleshooting this fault. So in this case, it's just got like an explanation of what you can do here. You got maintenance guide. And like I say, depending on the vehicle and what fault it is, will determine, what all information that it gives you. I'm going to hit back. Let's go ahead and hit back. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. All right, so now let's go ahead and go into a module. We're just going to go into the ECM. Continue. And we'll take a look at actuation test. Injectors, activate only when engine is running. And let's go ahead and go into general. And that's what you got for actuation test, just to make sure that it will work. All right, so it's got three different fan options here. We'll pick the middle one. I'm not sure what LIN fan is, but hopefully you can hear that. Go ahead and hit stop. So the bidirectional ability seems to work fine on this car. Let's go ahead and back out of that. Of course, you can go and read your codes. You got module information. We're going to go into data stream. And we'll just go to the first one there. And I'm just going to randomly pick some of these. Something that hopefully I can get some movement out of whenever I start the vehicle. We'll just go with that. I'm going to hit OK. So you can see already that we've got imperial and metric buttons up here. So you've got metric and imperial. So that's a nice option to have. If you want to see, also just real quick, if you see the down arrow, like on the RPM, if you click that down arrow, it'll open up a menu to where you can select whatever kind of unit you want to measure in. So in this case, RPM is obviously what we're going to want for that. Fuel tank level, it's already in US gallons, but if you click that down arrow, you got US gallons and UK gallons. If you want a graph, just a single graph, you go over, you got the little icon to the right, you click it, you've got your graph. That's engine speed. Let's go ahead and start the vehicle. Nice responsive graph. If you want to have more than just the one, you've got this little fly out window. Whatever is able to be graphed will be you'll be able to select it. And I think 4 is typically all you can get on the overlay or the combined graph. And we've got all 4 of our graphs up there. I'm going to rev the engine up a little bit. Nice and responsive. Now if you go back and then you just click graph, we've got 5 PIDs up. I'm going to click graph. Of course, you see you can record all this information. You can do a report. I'm about to hit the graph to show you what that does. You can save this sample and compare samples. So I'm going to hit graph, and it's got 4 graphs up. Looks like you can have 6 up on this screen. And if you want to, so right now I'm going to rev the engine up just to give you an idea of what that's going to look like. Now, if you want to look at any one graph, you just click that graph, and then it's going to display that in full screen. Hit the back arrow, go back to the 4, and then if you had say 20 different PIDs selected, you can hit the fly out window, and it'll show all the graphs there, and you can select or deselect whichever ones you want. There's those 4. Rev the engine again. Now the one thing that I've noticed, like the mass airflow, it's in kilograms per hour, and if you go to metric, it's still kilograms per hour. Okay, hold on, got a down arrow now. Okay, grams per second. That's what I typically read mass airflow in, as grams per second. So I'm glad that it does have grams per second. Of course, you can see now that I switched over to metric, it's got the fuel tank level in liters. If you want to see that in gallons, you just hit the imperial and it goes back to gallons. So pretty nice that you can select on the fly metric and imperial. Of course, again, you can see that we got our voltage, battery voltage up at the top. So all in all, it seems like a really nice scan tool. I'm going to select some more PIDs here because I was wanting to see if I hit graph. Now we've got 4 laid out on the screen. Let's go back. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want to select 6 only because okay, so apparently you can only have 4 up on the screen at any given time. So it looks like you could have 6, but apparently you can only have 4. That's what I was wanting to look at. And of course, if you combine them, they're going to be overlaid on top of one another. They are color coded, which makes it nice to help you keep track of them. And of course, you can record that whole screen there, and then you can hit report. Now, typically, whenever you record like all 4 of these graphs, let's say you go on a test drive, whenever you come back and you play them back, you can actually interactively interact with the graphs. So like right now, but if I was playing them back on the machine, I could go back, hit this graph, take a look at it, go back, hit that one, whichever one you wanted to take a look at. Anyway, this looks like a really nice scan tool. Of course, it is a budget-friendly scan tool. So if you're looking for something within this price range, this is looking like a very solid scan tool. I like the fact that it's got a 1.8 gig processor. That definitely helps. The faster the processor, the faster the unit will process, of course, the data, and it typically makes it a little bit more smoother running scan tool. So keep that in mind whenever you're looking. Anyway, this is the MUCAR 682 all system scan tool with 20 resets or special functions, and this was a demonstration on our 2019 BMW X3. You guys take care. We'll see you.